Have you ever felt like the world was against you and you had a mountain to climb? Picture this, you're an entrepreneur. Your name is James. You've poured your heart and soul into your startup, sacrificing late nights, weekends, and even some friendships to see your vision come alive. But now your dream is teetering on the edge. Your startup is hanging by a thread on the precipice of bankruptcy. The weight of the world feels like it's on your shoulders. You can feel the icy fingers of failure creeping up, threatening to snatch away everything you've worked so hard for. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and you can't help but feel overwhelmed. It's a daunting task, facing what seems like an insurmountable challenge. You're standing at the foot of this mountain, staring up at its peak, wondering how you're going to conquer it. Now imagine yourself as James. What would you do? James didn't give up. He decided to fight. He looked at the mountain of challenges ahead and made a decision. A decision to not let failure define him, to not let the naysayers win. He rolled up his sleeves and jumped headfirst into the trenches. He started to take proactive steps to save his startup. Every day was a battle, but James was a warrior. He worked long hours pushing his limits, testing his endurance. Sleep became a luxury, but he didn't mind. His eyes were on the prize. He reached out to his mentors, seeking their wisdom and advice. He soaked up their knowledge like a sponge, learning, growing, evolving. And then he took on a part-time job. Some called it a step back, but James saw it as a step forward, a means to keep his startup afloat. Despite the hardships, he remained determined. His spirit was unbreakable. James knew that the road to success was not easy, but he was not ready to back down. After months of tireless effort, things started to turn around. James's perseverance began to bear fruit. The countless late nights, the relentless pursuit of solutions, the unwavering belief in his vision, all these efforts began to pay off. His startup was noticed by an investor. This wasn't just any investor, this was someone who recognized the spark in James, the grit, the refusal to bow down to adversity. The investor was impressed by James's tenacity, his relentless drive, and his unwavering commitment. He saw in James a reflection of his own entrepreneurial spirit and decided to invest in his startup. The investment was a game changer. It provided the much-needed stability to his startup, allowing it to weather the storm. With this newfound stability, James's startup began to grow, slowly at first, then with increasing momentum. James had overcome his challenge. He had climbed his mountain. So, what can we learn from James's story, you might wonder? If there's one thing to take away, it's the sheer power of perseverance. James's journey was not an easy one, but he never lost sight of his goals. He never stopped pushing. But perseverance is not just about individual strength. It's also about knowing when to seek help. James knew he couldn't do it alone, and he wasn't afraid to ask for support. And you know what? That's okay. It's more than okay. It's necessary. The road to success is rarely a solitary one. Finally, James's story teaches us about the power of never giving up. No matter how tough the situation, no matter how insurmountable the challenge may seem, there's always a way. Remember, every challenge is a mountain to climb, but like James, you too have the power to overcome it. Now it's your turn. Draw strength from James's journey. His story is a testament to human resilience. Let it inspire you to push beyond your boundaries, to dare to face your fears. Embrace the struggle, for it is in the fight that we discover our true potential. Take this moment, this very second, to decide to be more, to do more. No matter what challenges you face, remember to fight through it. You are stronger than you think. Go conquer your mountain.